Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, not Jesus. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth with the four winds of the earth, the entire world. Shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening learning. If you sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Master Lano Camp. Prophet of Doom coming into another lesson, true facts, faith, and edification. Another data application, Lord wills be edifying. And I titled this lesson, The Lord Shall Frustrate the Tokens of the Liars. Lord wills be edifying. Shalom, Yabba Shema Shah Brakatah. So I got this clip here on play. It's 19 minutes. I ain't gonna play all of it. Just some of this, and I got a few precepts. Turn this volume down
here. To bring you this video to warn you, 2026, you are going to start to see the phasing out of your cash. Now, with this is an urgent warning. You want to take steps right now because there are a lot of changes going on that you guys don't know about. And if you do not take steps to solidify yourself now, it can be desperation for you and your family. And I'm going to break it down in this video. Now, I never asked you guys, but please share this video with your friends and family, because anytime I make videos on really deep information, the algorithms seem to slow down. Please like and share this video. If you did not see this announcement yesterday, watch this.
Today, the governor signed a bill in Apopka allowing people to use gold or silver coins to pay bills. He says it's a way for people to have financial independence from the federal government.
Most of us are used to paying for things with our debit or credit card or using cash. But today I was there when Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill to make it legal to use gold and silver for payment.
Gold's gone up big time.
Right now, gold is about $3,000 an ounce.
I mean, are you talking about going to McDonald's and paying for your hamburger with
100%? Absolutely. You can pay for your McDonald's hamburger using a debit card. So people will have gold and silver on deposit in a Florida approved depository. They'll issue a debit card. And if I spend a certain amount of gold out of my account to buy my McDonald's hamburger, McDonald's will either get US dollars, which they can, or they'll get gold.
I met Isaac, who was buying a slushy machine for a small business, who was very enthusiastic about using gold.
Will you be okay with people paying you in gold?
Oh, yeah. That's just, like I said, it's better than money sometimes.
This legislation will authorize money services business like check cashers or PayPal to transmit and accept payment in gold and silver. That means these precious metals can start functioning like real currency again, not just investment vehicles for the wealthy.
Now, many people don't understand what this is signaling, but there's going to be a direction concerning your money and your banking. And if you are not prepared, you can lose big time. So I'm going to break down what's going on and what they're not telling you in this video. Now, my channel is designed to help you no matter where you are in your credit journey and how to leverage your credit to make money. So if you like this kind of information, subscribe to the channel, and you can go to my website to download this free heart inquiry removal package. The link will be in the description of the video and the comment section below. Now, I don't know if many of you remember back in February around the Super Bowl, President Trump announced that they will stop making the penny. Now, many people take that lightly, but let's read this article so you can understand what the implications of this is really boiling down to. Now, from this article from Politico, Treasury advances Trump plan to stop minting the penny. The Mint expects that it will realize an immediate annual savings of $56 million by phasing out the production of the penny, according to the Treasury Department. The Treasury Department said Thursday it plans to phase out the production of the penny, making good on President Trump's directive that the U.S. government stop producing its 1 cent coin after more than 2 centuries. A Treasury spokesperson said that the agency had placed its final order of penny blanks this month and that the U.S. Mint would continue manufacturing pennies until that supply ran out. The Mint expects that it will realize an immediate annual savings of $56 million by phasing out the production of the penny, according to Treasury. The cost of producing pennies has increased by 20% in 2024 fiscal year to $3.69 per 1 cent penny, according to the U.S. Mint annual reports to Congress. The cost of producing the nickel shot up to $13.78. And it doesn't stop there. Money Move, Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo quietly plan new digital dollar after U.S. penny set to disappear. The banks are considering the option of a joint digital dollar per payments. It would be operating through a stable coin, notably a form of cryptocurrency that is tied to a traditional currency, which in this case would be the US dollar. Together, they'll work to use some existing networks to facilitate transactions using the digital dollar tokens, such as early warning services, which operates Zelle. The clearinghouse, the financial institutions seek to create a new infrastructure for the stablecoin so it's more regulated and secure. 11 states around the country currently allow gold and silver as legal tender, including Louisiana, Texas, South Carolina, and West Virginia. Also, while the extracted number may fluctuate as new legislation passed, the movement is gaining traction across many states. States that have been actively involved include Tennessee, Mississippi, Kentucky, Hawaii, and New Jersey. Additionally, states like Utah, Wyoming, and Oklahoma have taken further steps by recognizing gold and silver as legal tender. And 42 states have removed taxes from the purchase of gold and silver. Now, why is this important? So I'm going to give you a simple example of what's going on and why this is extremely dangerous for you. So here's a simple example for you to understand. When I was 17, I played basketball and I collected basketball cards with my brother. Now, we all know Michael Jordan, and this is the first dream team. Let's just imagine that this is a collector's item and there's only one of these cards. And say when I purchased this card, because I was 17, I knew it's the only one and it has great value, and I paid $1 million because I believe once I got older and retired, this is going to be for my actual retirement, and I can live off the value of this collector's card. And as time goes on, because any economy has inflation, this is going to increase in value. I use this as a store of my savings and me working at my job for 8 hours a day, $30 an hour. Now, as time goes on, just imagine that the company says, hey, for us to raise money, we were able to sell this card for $1 million because it's valuable. Maybe we should produce more. And instead of this being one card that we can sell for $1 million, let's print 10 more. And maybe let's sell each one of these for $500,000 so we can raise more capital. So what does that do to me? As soon as they actually print more cards, my collector's item that I paid $1 million instantly decrease in value because now there are more cards in the system. And so my actual value of this card that I invested of $1 million get cut in half, and now it's only worth $500,000. I lost. And then they said, hey, that was a good idea. Let's print 10 more. And now with these 10 more cards, we'll sell them for $250,000. Then what does that do to me? I paid $1 million for this. It now decreases the value of this card that I invested for my retirement. I thought this value was going to go up, but because they put more cards in the system, they actually were robbing me of my value in an undercutted way, what I invested as a store of savings of my economic going to work every day by buying this card. Now, just in that simple example, the same thing is happening to you because you understand for something to be valuable, it's about supply and demand. And if there's a perceived limit amount for that simple card, which is simply a piece of paper and cardboard, the fact that it is only one, Michael Jordan's reputation of what his legacy is as a basketball player, is what people are willing to purchase that card for. And they're willing to take it as a exchange of value. And what's going on with the US dollar? They have put more dollars in the system. And just like that card, they are decreasing your wealth and your savings. So take this for example, this bottle of water. Before the pandemic, this was $1. But then when they started printing stimulus, lowering interest rates, just like that basketball card, they start putting more in the system. They started printing more dollars. So the limited amount of dollars that was already in circulation had more value because there was less available for everyone else. When they added more money in the system, if you were a person with a retirement of your 401k of $1 million, as soon as they printed stimulus, the value of your 401k purchasing power went down to 500,000. So all those years of working and saving, they actually robbed you of value. And so this bottle of water is no longer $1. Now the cost is $2. But your salary remains the same. It's $30 an hour, but you can buy less. So not only is this water going up, everything around you is going up. Your food, your rent. And a lot of you guys are thinking, why am I in such high credit card debt? I'm just doing the same thing I've been doing. I don't know why I can't make it at the end of the month when I used to have at least $500 worth of savings. It's because when they printed all that money, they robbed you. And because you were storing in dollars and they put more dollars in the system, now you're not realizing everything is slowly creeping up. And the only thing that is not going up is your paycheck. Once they double that money supply for you to live the same lifestyle you did before they printed, you need a $30 an hour raise just to maintain the same life of them printing that money with $30 an hour. Now everything doubled in price. So now you don't understand what's going on, why you have to use your credit card, because they are actually eroding you of your wealth. You're working at their businesses. And as they print money, not only are they reducing your pay and cutting it in half. So you think I'm making $30 an hour, but as soon as they print it, you're actually making $15 an hour because your purchasing power with more dollars in the system got cut in half. And so this is why you are struggling to make it, and you cannot outwork this to get ahead. It is super important at this moment in time, you guys, to clean up your credit and do not try to outwork this thing. You want to borrow like the rich with your name and then buy assets. Don't play that game of working because you cannot outwork this. They are printing this money and they have to oblivion, and now they're changing up. And the example of that, it's not that the penny is being worth more. It's actually the purchasing power of your dollar going down. They're actually robbing you. The reason why that penny is costing $3 to print and a nickel $13, it's because they put more dollars in the system and you need more of them to have the same value of that metal penny. So that 1 cent metal penny is actually now more valuable than your US dollar because it's metal and it's real and tangible. And so the wealthy, as Ron DeSantis said, they've been investing in silver and gold as a hedge to inflation. And they didn't have to work for anything. As they converted their cash to that asset of gold and silver, just by it sitting there, they have enriched themselves in value. So you're talking about in 2019, the average spot price for a gold eagle was $1,100. And now to date, the spot price is close to $3,600. It's not that the gold has went up. It's the purchasing power of your dollar went down. The gold and the silver, they can't print that. It's a limited supply and they can't put more in the system. So now those who have actually, like me, traded out this trash cash because we knew it was coming. And as I've been telling you guys for years, to buy silver and gold, I warned you, that they were going to crash this dollar. Now they are putting the plan in effect. They know during the pandemic that they printed all this money. This is why the wealthier got wealthier, because they actually own real estate. They actually own stocks and things of value. And the more they printed those dollars, the higher their assets went up in value. I might.
She got some good information, but she got blonde hair. And she got good information, but she got blonde hair. Hey, this is why we need Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua, man. Without the Lord, we ain't gonna make it. She talking about get you some gold. Listen, it may help you now if you got gold and silver, but it ain't gonna help you in Jacob's trouble. Everybody always tell you what's going on with the economy and how it's crashing, but then they'll say, yeah, go here and get this and buy this and get this gold and get this silver. They all do that. Jeremiah Babe, what's his other guy? Peter Schiff, Gerald Salente, they all tell you these preppers. They can tell you what's going on, but then they'll tell you to go buy you some gold and silver. Go get you some MREs and get you some canned goods and all that. In Jacob's trouble, ain't none of that shit gonna matter, man. None of it. Let me read this. It's all good now. You can use it. If they phasing out the dollar, we all know that. Everything went obsolete. Stamps went to a card. Cash on the card. Condition to use the card. Okay. It's all gonna fail, man. This is dealing with that gold and silver. Ezekiel 7:19, it reads, they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither shall neither fill their bowels or their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. This is same difference. Zephaniah 1:18. It reads, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. America, Babylon the Great, this land. And the Lord is removing their heads, man. That stay in the staff, your protection and your comfort, the Lord is removing it. Oh, let me get this before I get this one in James. This is Psalms 49. And if this so-called white man gonna be in trouble, how the hell you Jakes think you gonna make it? Psalms 49. We supposed to listen to you and you got blonde hair. This is Psalms 49 in verse 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. You can't save yourself out of this with gold and silver. No matter how much gold and silver you got. This is James 5:1. And here it is, the Lord talking to the elites. That's Psalms 49 I just read. And this one in James 5. The Lord talking to those that control resources, that make things move. So you think your little bit of silver and gold, you're going to be able to do something? She ain't going into no damn bunker with the elites. Her ass going to burn up. Her and her blonde hair. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men. Weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. It said, go to now, ye rich men. Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And they tell you in Isaiah 21, matter of fact, let me read it. It's Isaiah 21 and 1, it reads, the burden of the desert of the sea, as whirlwinds in the south pass through, so it coming from the desert, from a terrible land. A grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Who is this? America, Babylon the Great. Go up, O Elam, besiege, O Media. All the sign thereof have I made to cease. The Lord say, and behold, verse 9, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. He answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods have he broken unto the ground, just like it said in Isaiah 19 and 1. In Exodus 11 and 12, the Lord destroyed the idols out of Egypt. So here it said, besiege, O Elam and Media. In Isaiah 13, verse 17, it reads, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. No matter what you do here, man, it ain't going to help you, man.
Myself bought a rental property 20 years ago, a 3-family, around $170,000. That rental property before they start printing or the pandemic was worth about $369,000. And once they finished printing in that neighborhood today, those houses are now $954,000 in value. I did nothing. I not only went up in wealth, I also cash flow and rent out the 3 units and make money. And guess what? I work less because I made that investment, and I leveraged the debt off of the mortgage and from my tenants, pay that mortgage off every month with money to actually support my lifestyle and living. And this is what the wealthy do. They buy real estate, they buy businesses. They're the ones selling you this bottle of water, and they're doubling the price, and they're getting wealthier because their businesses now in the pandemic made records of profit. And the federal government turned around and gave them PPP loans and forgave that money, saying you don't have to pay it back, but your student loans, you got to pay back. And they pit people against one another with propaganda on both sides, because what they are not telling you, people like Nancy Pelosi, her husband, Paul Pelosi, got 28 million of PPP loan money.
This is Proverbs 28 and 8. He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. And there's another one. Job 27 and verse 16. Same as the one in Proverbs 28. Though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. It's all going to be for nothing, man. And I want to get this other clip here. Let me play this. That's Eve. Eve still betting on Esau, man. They got all their eggs on Esau winning. When we see, let me show you this. Generational wealth and white privilege has been taken away from the common Edomites. So what you think you Jake's gonna do?
CNN's John King is still here at the desk with me, but he just came back from Allentown, Pennsylvania to hear how voters see things today.
Lehigh Valley is a blue-collar battleground. reminders everywhere of America's manufacturing glory days and of today's big economic challenges. ProDart is a small family business. It's hard Harder, the boss. His parents among the workers trying to keep things going.
So we're kind of slow right now. The money's tight. People are complaining that the rent's really high in a lot of places. Just the cash flow isn't there. So I think everybody's starting to become a little bit more conservative on spending right now.
Just a handful of employees now, 14 when business was better. Harder voted for Donald Trump. Hears him promise tariffs will bring a new manufacturing boom, but sees the opposite so far.
My generation right now, it's not going to impact, it's going to hurt us. But in the future, for the next generation, it might possibly help them out. But it's impacting the people that are here now, today. You know, that's my thing.
In a not good way.
In a not good way.
This is Pennsylvania's 7th congressional district, Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. More rural as you head north and west. Trump won it narrowly last year, and voters like Harder also helped flip the House seat from blue to red. But Harder isn't sure he will vote for the new Republican congressman again. Not sure he will vote at all. He is 55, but had never voted until this past November.
You have men on men kissing and everything else and all transgenders. You didn't have that before. You know, there is a God. I'm Catholic. I was just so disgusted just how everything is in this world. You know, it's just going to crap.
You going to stay?
Am I going to stay in America?
You're going to stay as a voter?
If I feel that things are...
He said he believes in God and he's a Catholic. The Lord ain't universal. Catholic mean universal. The Lord ain't universal, man. The Lord is monotheism, man, not polytheism. So who he believe in?
Running properly, yes. If I don't see anything changing, then it really doesn't matter what my vote is.
I just think that I now have a way of helping.
Michelle Rios is on the other side of the mega culture wars. She helps run a DEI program at a local college, helps students with questions ranging from financial aid and tutoring to rumors about immigration crackdown.
Coming from a immigrant household, being a first-gen student, being a woman of color, being Latina, I know that my purpose is to serve. And so it really is a struggle when there are things preventing that.
Rios.
Hey, that's the only thing she said right. She know that she is to serve. Because that's what woman mean, wife mean, female servant.
Worries about funding cuts for DEI programs, and also to nonprofits she works with in the bustling Latino community here, like this food bank.
And it just instills fear, and I think that's essentially what the last few months have done to people.
If you had 1 minute.
She said she think it instills fear. If Jake would serve Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, all we have to fear is the Lord, man. Nobody fear what the so-called white man is going to do, what he bringing. It's a part of prophecy. And look at all these videos on the side here. It said this area of South Dakota voted for Trump by roughly 70%. Here's what they think now. Trump voter blindsided after finding out he's undocumented immigrant. Complaints. Americans are giving up from insane mortgage payments. Yeah. Trump, DOJ says Chicago mayor hires too many black people. And the list goes on and on. Truckers are struggling with no loads and rising costs, tariffs, and empty ports. The Lord, man. Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai is removing the stay in the staff, which is your comfort and your protection and your food. He refused to turn back to the Lord, so he's going to take away all the things that got you distracted from him. How about that? Yahweh is removing the distractions away. And all you're going to be able to focus on is the Lord. And being hungry, having no covering, having no hedge.
President Trump, what would you say?
I don't think I would want a minute. And that's just being honest. There's a lot of things that come to mind, but I just don't think I would know where to start.
She was a student in Trump's first term and says she was constantly on edge. She is trying to stay more calm now, trying to better understand the big jump in Trump's Latino support here.
It has to do a little bit with like Latino culture. Sometimes we, don't want to see, women in a certain position or talk to someone that can help you understand information, but not leaving it up to social media, because I think that's also what made a big difference.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Do you have gym or art?
Family time is what Gerard Babb cherishes most. Babb works here on the Mack truck assembly line. Mack is one of the area's largest employers and says as many as 350 layoffs are coming soon. Babb is fairly low on the seniority list.
I was at 171 when they first announced. Now I'm at 218.
So you're trying to get to what, 350?
At least if I can get above 350, it'd be perfect. But as long as past 250, I have a chance.
Babb doesn't regret his vote for Trump, but he thinks it could cost him his job.
I only like planes.
Definitely with the tariffs, I believe they played a part. I think that, Donald Trump could have had a little bit more finesse instead of using like a blanket policy over everything.
So 4 months in, how would you grade Trump?
I'd give Trump right now a B+. I want stuff to happen right now, but I understand that the gears of Washington move very slow.
Too soon, he says, to think about the midterms.
It's very stressful that I'm going to be out of work in the near future because I want to provide for my wife and kids.
Tired.
Much more important worries front and center. Interesting there, Dan, to hear two Trump supporters be skeptical about his promise of a very quick manufacturing boom. So it's worth watching as you head into the midterms. That district has all of the big questions in American politics. Will Trump keep working Democrats, make progress with those blue-collar workers?
Hey, the grinding shall cease, man. The grinding shall cease. Let me go back to this chick. It's going to get worse. Everybody's distracted. And the attention is going to be on what's important soon, man. The tokens of the so-called white man.
And then you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, that she got over 183,000 of PPP loan money. And you had U.S. corporations get over $763 billion in forgiveness for the Paycheck Protection Program. And you don't have any of your senators or congressmen on either side asking and demanding for that money back, even though in the pandemic, these corporation profits in the U.S. soared from approximately $2.81 trillion in 2021 to $4 trillion by the end of 2024, meaning they had the ability at this point in time to pay back those loans. And instead of Americans fighting with one another, because many people on one side saying, hey, I feel this inflation and I paid my own student loans, so why should more inflation be created by forgiving somebody else's student loans, and people with student loans saying, hey, you're bailing everybody else out, why don't you help us out? They only highlight those conversations, but neither side tell you about the fact of those corporations paying that money back because they got the money themselves. And now they want to move away from the dollar because they got that money and they were able to invest in assets while we're suffering high inflation. So if you don't clean up,
that's why sedition gonna come, man. They take it from their own people. Sedition is coming. Only thing the so-called white man gonna have left is to draw out them swords, man. That's gonna be it.
Your credit like never before, and make sure that you are aiming for assets like businesses, income producing properties, or even just a single family home, something at least that you can live in. And as it goes up in value, you have an asset, because trying to store your economic work, power, and livelihood into the US dollar, saving it in your bank account, it is going to put you in a bad position when they eliminate cash, because as you can see from the article, the cash is devaluing quickly. And you want to make sure you can support your family. And one of the ways that I have been is investing in gold and silver, buying gold. And many people would complain where I told you guys over the years about it. Well, I can't buy bread with gold and silver. This is $1. You know, this is American Silver Eagle. Put it to the side. What do you know? Today I can buy bread with gold and silver and some hamburgers because this was the plot the whole time. I'm telling you guys, start getting these assets because no matter what the currency turns to, guess what? My tenant, if they need housing, is going to have to pay me the going currency of
of what?
the day.
Of the day. That's it. What she just said. Hey, she said whatever. Let's go back. See, it's all a game. Because what's gonna be the end? What's gonna be the end currency? It's gonna be the RFID micro C hill.
Or economic work, power, and livelihood into the US dollar, saving it in your bank account. It is going to put you in a bad position when they eliminate cash, because as you can see from the article, the cash is devaluing quickly. And you want to make sure you can support your family. And one of the ways that I have been is investing in gold and silver, buying gold. And many people would complain where I told you guys over the years about it. Well, I can't buy bread with gold and silver. This is $1. You know, this is American Silver Eagle. Put it to the side. What do you know? Today I can buy bread with gold and silver and some hamburgers because this was the plot the whole time. I'm telling you guys, start getting these assets because no matter what the currency turns to, guess what?
No matter what the currency turned to, she's a puppet being used. No matter what the currency turned to, what?
My tenant, if they need housing, is going to have to pay me the going currency of the day in order to have a roof over their head if they're renting. So now I have operation in a business like the wealthy, and all I did was leverage my job with my strong credit score. You don't want to have to work for this $20 bill because they print it faster than you can save it.
Conditioning through gradualism, man. It's all gonna lead to the C hill. The Lord said the gold and silver ain't gonna work neither. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be a new currency, man.
Or make it. This $20 bill is not money. It is currency. It's a medium of exchange. Money must be a store of value. So when you're dealing with this is a US Silver Eagle. This is real money. My value went up by buying this for $11, $14. Now, in order for you to buy one of these, like close to $40 with me doing nothing. And so what you want to make sure that you're strategizing. I do trade out my currency for real money every month. So I've been doing that for years, trading out this for silver and gold. And now here they go, like DJ Khaled, you're smart. Give us your gold. Why would I do that? I'm not nobody's fool. They're setting.
Hey, it's good to have. If you can get it, get some. If you got it, good. but it ain't gonna get you on no chariot. Anyway, I just want to show that. Lord was edifying. I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishop and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. I want to go back to this real quick. This nigga Ron DeSantis. Here's why I want to play this, because this guy, he went to Israel and signed a bill last year that said it was passing a bill for the Edomites in Florida not to feel guilty about what their ancestors did to Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, right? He went and got a bill passed. So that was the Isaiah, was it Isaiah 13? They should go into the gates of the nobles, right? He went over there and signed a bill. Let me see here. Then he did another bill. He did another bill that Christians can't be, how was it worded? Christians can't be criticized about their religion. He said it was a bill he signed about Christians not being criticized about what they believe in, and for them not to feel guilty what their ancestors did to Negroes, Latinos. Yeah, Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, which is America. This is the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them, shake their hand, and they may go into the gates of the nobles. And he went over there, and just like this image right here, he went to Israel and signed a bill for whites not to feel guilty about slavery, what their ancestors did. And he passed another bill, I don't know if it's passed, but another bill into law that not to credit for whites not to be critical, or anybody with their religion not to be criticized. So let's play this.
For payment.
Gold's gone up big time.
Right now, gold is about $3,000 an ounce. I mean, are you talking about going to McDonald's and paying for your hamburger with
100%. Absolutely. You can pay for your McDonald's hamburger using a debit card. So people will have gold and silver on deposit in a Florida approved depository. They'll issue a debit card. And if I spend a certain amount of gold out of my account to buy my McDonald's hamburger, McDonald's will either get US dollars, which they can, or they'll get gold.
I met Isaac, who was buying a slushy machine for his small business, who was very enthusiastic about using gold. Will you be okay with people paying you in gold?
Oh, yeah. That's just, like I said, it's better than money sometimes.
This legislation will authorize money services business like check cashers or PayPal to transmit and accept payment in gold and silver. That means these precious metals can start functioning like real currency again, not just investment vehicles for the wealthy.
So, man, listen, this shit ain't gonna work, man. Everybody don't got gold and silver. Everybody don't got that, man. So then what? I want this deal here. Where is it? Bear with me. I just want to get this deal before I close. Who want that nigga got the bill up in the air? That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, man. They got bugged out, man. Hold on. There it is. They got bugged out, man. Hey, because everybody don't got gold and silver, man. So what you going to do? You going to starve these people out? Which Esau don't care anyway, but this is going to bring sedition, man. Then people just going to be taking shit. You already got motherfuckers jumping in restaurant drive-through windows taking food because they ain't getting no damn ketchup and shit, which it ain't even real ketchup. And ketchup ain't nothing but a bunch of fructose, corn syrup, and sugar. It ain't even real ketchup. Ketchup ain't ketchup, man. Anyway, hey, thrive for tuning in, thrive for your precepts. Till next time, I say shalom, wa, blah, blah, blah.